really what I invested in a lot was on either skills, right? So courses, training, stuff like that. I didn't buy a whole lot of software or tools, but it was really investing in ourselves, right?
Yep.
Investing in the skill and up leveling.
I hear you on that. I did the same thing. We have our slush fund for gifts. It isn't necessarily the buy one, get one for physical things. It's how am I going to level up my skills? How am I going to invest in myself? How am I going to save time? And how am I going to maximize not only my efforts, yet everyone else on the team?
Welcome to Local Contractor Marketing, built for contractors who want to scale smarter. I'm Rina Bindi. Along me is my co-host, Brian Cotto. Together, we've spent years helping service-based companies grow their brand, attract better clients, increase visibility, revenue, and win in today's digital world. Each episode will have real conversations about what's working, what's not, and how contractors can stay ahead. If you're running a business with a team and big goals, you are in the right place.
Hey, local contractors, how's it going today? This is Brian and Rina. Hope you're having a great one. Rina, what's up?
I'm pretty good. Just hanging out on this snow day. It's super snowy, like cold snowy outside. And my furnace works.
I actually had to scrape off the truck this morning. I was like, man, this is winter. This is new, right?
Yeah, there's frost on the trees, and anyhow, I like just looking at it, but I don't actually like walking through it and participating in it. But it makes for a good Wednesday morning, and makes for a good time to sit and actually dive into a lot of computer work and office work.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a coffee and I've got my setup here. We're good to go. I'm ready to rock and roll.
I've been looking for chairs for gifts and whatnot for Christmas. Like, I know today's the day that I'm going to go online and find a badass chair, because this thing is massive and huge. It was given to me by my bonus dad, who's 6'4", and I can sit and do like yoga, Buddha poses, and everything in here. I need to find something to level up my game with this chair. So if you find anything good, hey, anyone who's paying attention to this, if you find a good ergonomically correct chair, please post the link in the comments below, because I need one.
Awesome. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was so busy. We went out to Iowa, snowstorm, drove back through the snowstorm. Thank goodness I had internet in the car. It was good with my husband's family, spending quality time with them, getting to visit with them, and of course, Scarlett, hanging out with her uncles and grandma and grandpa, and seeing her get to enjoy Thanksgiving and the family that's in Iowa and Minnesota. What did you guys do?
Hosted Thanksgiving here at our house. We had a little over 20 people. It was a house full, but yeah, Thanksgiving was great. We just hung out, and then I did the Black Friday shopping. Did you do anything? Or let's talk a little bit about, since we had the Black Friday offer and we're wrapping up the year now, let's talk a little bit about any of great Black Friday finds, kind of what the rationale was behind it.
What were some of your top Black Friday finds that you picked up right out of the gate?
So while some of it was a little bit of play, like I got my son a new pair of headphones and some fun stuff like that. But really what I invested in a lot was on either skills, right? Courses, training, stuff like that. I didn't buy a whole lot of software or tools, but for me, one of the things that I've really been focused on is trying to set aside a little bit of cash throughout the year, so that I have almost like an R&D fund or something that when Black Friday or, towards the end of the year comes up, I do have that ability. We've got the ability to say, that's a really, really good deal. Let's upskill the team. Let's make things better, make it more efficient. So for me, that was my biggest thing. A lot of it was either skills, training, or kind of infrastructure, looking at hiring someone else. So that's what I was looking at. It wasn't necessarily the Black Friday deals that everyone thinks of, but it was really investing in ourselves, right? Investing
Yeah.
in the skills and up leveling. So
I hear you on that. I did the same thing. We have our slush fund for gifts. And then I have family members who are like, oh, this is what I want for Christmas. Because at some point, what do you want? You just don't want to give someone a gift. So we had the family gifts, and my sister, my mom were like, get me this for Christmas. And my husband, especially. We got some fun, cute little gifts for Scarlett as well. I like the smaller gifts because we can individually wrap them. And she gets so excited with each and every one
right.
that she wraps. And on the skills aspect, obviously I need a chair. Like I just said, my mind goes straight to efficiencies and getting things streamlined and what's going to make my life easier. At this point in my life, it isn't necessarily the buy one get one for physical things. It's how am I going to level up my skills? How am I going to invest in myself? How am I going to save time? And how am I going to maximize not only my efforts, yet everyone else on the team? And I did invest in a couple of like coaching programs, funnel building, some additional software. And I did put 3 new hires on our team this last week, which are great. So I'm going through the whole training and onboarding, obviously. And it's been good though. And I can only imagine for some companies, like a lot of contractors, how they guys probably spend a lot of money on tools, like Black Friday deals for tools to invest in the actual getting the work done. And I know that a lot of Buildertrend and Jobber and a lot of the software and platforms that they use to handle their ops and systems, they'll have lifetime deals and additional level up deals, sellable deals that they have that they can get in for building out the ops of their company. And because New Year's is coming up, we have a lot of the coaching and working on our business rather than in our business. I think that's how not only like my mindset has shifted. I'm noticing I'm getting a lot of calls. I have my phone's been, you and I have barely been able to even meet because my phone's been ringing so much from people, business owners who are working on their business rather than in their business right now. Have you been experiencing anything like this too?
Yeah. So one of the things that we've been really encouraging people to do is, as a business owner, you have, if you want to really break it down, you have at least 1 minute per day that you're making over $1,000 an hour, right? 2,000, sometimes 5,000 or even more. And the idea is, how do you maximize that? How do you get it to the point where you're getting more and more of those minutes or hours that are at that, you're making 500 an hour, 1,000 an hour, 5,000 an hour. And when you can step back from actually being really involved in the daily operations and stepping into that larger role, a lot of very successful contractors, painters, plumbers, roofers, HVAC, any of that, they know that if you're a successful business owner, you're going to step out of that role of working in the business, and you're going to be working on it at a much higher level. And so I think that's one of the things that, for me, Black Friday, like that's one of the deals that I always look at. And one of the things that I often encourage people is several businesses, ours included, right? Offer deals that where if you pay for the year up front, you're going to get a much better discount. Same thing with Black Friday deals. You just get a longer duration of what your services are. And if you know you're going to go with a particular business, like why not? That's the whole idea of the LTDs or lifetime deals. I had software that I was using and was paying an annual fee for. One of them that I picked up, it was taking that software and upgrading it to a lifetime deal. I've been using the thing for about 3 years. It made sense, right? Like rather than continuing to pay an annual subscription for something, as long as the math works out on it, and typically what I recommend for most businesses is it needs to be paid back within 2 years. If it's anything beyond that, it's probably not a great deal. Yeah. But the thing that I looked at was, if I'm going to be paying for this, I'm already in it for 3 years. Heck, let's just spend the extra amount of money, get the lifetime discount on it, and now I can reinvest that money elsewhere. And again, it all depends on your cash flow situation. It depends on what the software is or what the tooling is. Is it a consumable versus something that is around for a while? You were saying different platforms like Jobber or even our funnel system. For those kinds of things, though a lot of them don't have lifetime deals, it does make sense to pay for that year up front, because oftentimes, like, the company will provide a little better discount for an annual contract.
Oh,
And
yeah.
again, if you're going to be using the software, I always recommend, again, setting aside a little bit of that kind of either slush fund or kind of the operations fund, and get those things, like for the tools that you're going to be using, the software or services even that you know you're going to be using. It's always a good idea. Try and buy in bulk or try and get those like annual contracts with stuff. Speaking of which, we did our Black Friday deal. Do we have anything else that we want to offer people? I think that one of the other benefits of right now is that I get it for a lot of contractors. Right now it's slow season, right? December through typically about January's slow season. What a lot of contractors don't realize, and this is why you want to have those things set aside ahead of time, the kind of slush fund or the ops fund, is because if you can get in and basically dollar cost average your marketing, now is a great time to get that foothold over the winter hump and diversify where, hey, it may be positioning for the spring season, right? It may be, instead of completely shutting down your marketing, you basically dollar cost average through the entire year, and you just let it ride out through the entire year, fully knowing that, yeah, you're going to have your ebbs and flows, your ups and downs, but it's not a big deal, because you know that come spring, come summer, you're going to be busier than you know what to do with.
It's getting that build, that front end or back end build ready for it, and pushing your efforts now, the company's efforts now, so that when it's time and it hits, it's all there and it doesn't need to be worried about. That's actually the conversation I had with a client we're going to be picking up. The same conversation that I had with them yesterday, because they are preparing for the spring season and they are wanting to do the massive push up front, which is why they're looking at the Venturi effect. Nice. And when we get that launched, they're adding another service, which makes complete sense. And they're just going to let it rip, and we're going to do it all for them. They don't have to worry about it. But anyhow, point being, spring is coming up, and with the end of the year, our goals, like, I'm probably going to invite Chris Moore on this to talk a little bit about strategic planning and contractors doing their planning and coaching. I'll see if I can get him on next week or the week after.
Cool.
That'd be phenomenal. But that's where everyone's at right now, seeing where they fell short with the gap and what it's going to take to get them from good to great this next year. And that's why my phone's been ringing.
Awesome.
It's
so
insane.
Let's leave them with a couple things. I want to make sure we're getting people out on time here with our call. So let's leave them with a couple things. Actionable items, and then something that they can take with them. Actionable item. Action item number one, what I would recommend is, if you aren't in the position where you can take advantage of, say, like a lifetime deal or annual contract with someone, start making that plan. Start putting the pen to paper. Get an Excel. I love sheets personally, but I get it that it's not for everyone. But maybe that's something that we can assist with going over in the next couple of weeks here. But giving them I would love to hear from people if having a sheet or a resource to help you plan 2026 out, so that when Black Friday next year comes around, you're poised and ready to take advantage of some of those better offers where you can take full advantage of it, right? So that's the first thing that I'd love to set aside for people. And we can link to like a Google Sheet down below. Totally fine to put that together. The other thing is, if anyone is still looking at trying to take advantage of tax breaks and things like that for paying for the year up front or paying for a discounted rate, we'll have them reach out to you, Rina, right? And because there are some deals that I know we're internally still running to both the Venturi effect and then like Spark and Ignite, So we'll leave a little bit of information down below in the comments here, and let's get them squared away. That way, if you can't take advantage of the full thing right now, full annual contract, let's at least get you a little bit of a foothold.
Yep.
Let's
We've got
get you in
some
the
value
position.
adds, and we've got some awesome add-ons that we're giving away, which
Yep.
I'm not talking about because it's for the people.
You're going to have to get on a call with Rina to hear about the add-ons.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Let's go ahead and let people get back to their day. Thank you all. Again, comment, subscribe down below. So we'll catch you guys next week. All right.
Thanks,
Take care. Be productive, everyone.